Hello, Key Biscayne. It is Wednesday, December 23rd. It is the day before Christmas. And this is your No One's Listening show where we talk about the key and things like that. Start with a little trivia. I actually have a question today. Wait. Let's start with the panel.
Yeah.
I'm your host, Rafa.
Rafa's back.
I wanted to say thank you to Griff for hosting. He's not here today. I couldn't tell him in person, but
good job, Griff.
He did a good job.
He hosted last week, and it was
he's on a full expenses paid vacation right now by Rat Radio, so that's why he's not here tonight.
Yeah. Can I host?
We spent all our money sending Griff away. So I'm your host, Rafa. To my left is Austin.
Ho, ho, ho from the Santa Claus of the parade.
To his left is Alex.
Hey.
To his left is Anna.
Hey.
To her left is Theo.
Yo.
To his left is Ivan.
Hey.
To his left is Paige.
What's up?
His left is Pablo.
Hi.
And to his left is Manny.
Rafa, all I gotta say is thank God you're back. Because it was total chaos last year with Griff here. He is just so unstable.
I liked it. I listened to the show. I thought Griff was pretty good. You guys were unstable. Griff was pretty
fun.
stable.
It was fun. We felt like we were, not being chaperoned, and it was kind of like a free for all. It was crazy.
Yeah,
it was. We were missing you for sure, Rafa. And I'm just kidding. Of course, it was spectacular, Griff.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, trivia. This racing sailboat sank in 1930 right off the Bear Cut and is now an underwater archaeological preserve and a popular dive spot.
What?
Name that vessel. 305-361-8557. If you know the answer, it's 305-361-8557. Call or text. We have some kind of prize.
A bike, a new bike.
I was trying to think of something funny. I don't know.
It's a new bike, and because any third grader worth his salt should know the answer to this question.
Is it called a chaise lounge?
No, that's a type of chair.
Sorry, can I get a recap on what last week's answer was?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think we said the answer.
No answer.
Hang on, this is Pablo here. He's the only one listening, obviously.
Yeah.
He's the only. You got us.
I listened, Pablo. I had the same question. What was the answer? I didn't hear it. I said the USS
It was
Fowley,
Griff's
but
question.
We should have our...
Somebody text him. Maybe he can tell us.
Yeah, we'll text him.
Tell Griff to send an audio message over
We
here.
will,
What it
it's on
was.
there.
Again, the trivia. The racing sailboat sank in 1930, and it's now a popular dive spot right off the Bear Cut. Name the vessel. 305-361-8557. All right, weekend talk. Who wants to go first?
I keep going first, but I'm going to keep doing it. I went to Kansas City and had the best weekend in Kansas City for a wedding. That's all I have to say.
What'd you eat there?
Awesome.
Was the food?
I did eat barbecue, and it was awesome.
Country Club
How about
Plaza?
music?
I'm not going to lie. I didn't make it out that first night, and everybody went to this little jazz bar. Not everybody, a cool group of people.
Right, the cool people.
The cool people, and I got left behind, but a cool group of people went to some little jazz bar that was in someone's house, and the jazz only started at 4:30 in the morning. And I found out the next day, and I was like, what an idiot. I wanted to catch up with old friends and attack the mini bar in the hotel room instead, like an idiot. But, yeah.
Were you at Country Club Plaza or the Power and Light District?
What? I was like
All
at a
over?
wedding.
She was fucked
I was
up.
just being guided.
Club Savannah.
Yeah, I was
in the
just
minibar.
being guided from one place to another on, the people. And ate some barbecue at Arthur Bryant's barbecue.
I got a nice photo of that pulled pork
You did?
sandwich, yeah.
I sent it to the family chat. I think I sent it to the group chat for the show, guys.
you did.
Yeah, we saw it.
Rafa was sending pictures of the tapas in Bilbao, and I was sending the barbecue.
You were having food porn wars with Rafa from Spain and
Yeah.
Kansas City.
I don't know who won. I don't know. Mine was good too.
And I was coming. Who else? Anybody?
I went to visit my cousin who is in town. He's got the cabana next to it's on Silver Sands, the one that who had it over there? G-Man had his party there. And so I go and I visit, and he's got a 2-year-old, and the 2-year-old's walking around eating oranges, like those little mini orange peels, oranges. And I'm like, man, this kid, those are kind of big. 3 minutes later, the dad's like, Cat, Simon's choking. Full on choke mode.
Okay.
2-year-old kid.
What?
The dad's standing there frozen, looking down at me, looking at the kid. I'm next to the kid, and the mom's doing the dishes. So I grabbed the kid, and I held him upside down. I put my fist right on his on the heart and held him like that with my hand on his back and just gave him a couple of little, and he spit out a wad of orange membrane
No.
and started breathing again.
Manny, go you, superhero, yeah.
Well, it was just lucky that,
You're a real hero.
Yeah.
You are.
That kid's he'd never hear the end of that.
I know, but it's perfect. That kid and I, we're tied forever.
Forever.
That kid owes you something.
Yeah.
So no, he didn't owe me anything. But
When you're old and he's an
kidding.
adult, he'll
I
take
wanted
care
to
of
share.
you.
That was my weekend.
I like
That was good. That was good. That was good.
Austin and my weekend wasn't quite that exciting. We hung out. We went to Sweet Dog, which is this place over on Cayocho. I'll let Austin describe his dog.
Oh, thanks. It was pretty amazing, actually. There's a place called Sweet Dogs. If you haven't been there, it's amazing. It's open till 3 a.m. on the weekends.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a late night spot, it's crazy. I had a dog, and they're like quarter-pound dogs, mac and cheese on top with jalapenos and papitas. It's a good
Sounds really
spot.
healthy too.
It was good. I'm not going to tell you what I did about 4 hours after that. But
I think we just
4 hours.
yeah. It hit pretty quickly, but it was worth it. It was definitely worth it.
It's quite a constitution. You should go on Survivor.
So I went to Bilbao, which is pretty amazing. There's stuff going on there that I don't know, like that wasn't happening before. It might be. I'm not sure exactly why things are changing, but you can like feel it in the people and the air. I think it might be because of the end of terrorism and all that stuff. And I went to a bunch of like cultural things. I did they opened up this photography center, so of course I had to go there and check that out.
The end of terrorism in Spain.
The end of terrorism in the Basque Country, yeah. I mean, it didn't affect, it was always a problem in Spain, but over there, it was a serious problem for how people thought, okay? Because it crippled thought to a certain extent. Like, you couldn't speak up the way a person would want to speak up in public and stuff like that. Not that I noticed people speaking up so much, but it's just, you just feel something's different and things are moving and people are doing things. And so that was cool. I mean, I hung out with all my friends. We had good times, went out to eat a lot. I mean, pretty much the whole time, drinking and eating. But it was something's brewing over there, and I really liked it. And I want to go back. So that was like really nice. And then
Temporarily, right?
what do you mean?
Going back.
Well, whatever. I mean, yeah, I guess. I've always thought about it, and I've never gone. So.
He's going to a winter in Key Biscayne.
Oh, that's the other thing.
Next time we see him, he'll be wintering in
It was
Tucson.
70 degrees the whole time. So the El Nino thing is happening over there too, and everybody was like caught off guard because it was sunny and hot. Then the other thing that happened, which really has nothing to do with like being there or anything, is that I have this book that I've been reading. It's called Infinite Jest by David Foster Wallace, and the thing is like it's like double the size of the Bible and double wide too. It's so hard to read, and so I thought if you've been to my house like in the past couple months, it's always been sitting there on top of my toilet. But
That's not what I thought you were going to say.
I thought I could take it over. I'd be like, okay, I'm traveling. I'll have time. That's when I like to read, when I'm traveling and stuff like that. It takes me like 12 pages through in this book. It takes me like an hour. And it's so hard to read. It makes me feel so dumb. Like, I thought I was like a moderately smart guy, I read the New Yorker. I'm like a cultured dude. It's impossible, and it has rave reviews. This book, they made a movie about the guy and the whole thing. It just came out like 6 months ago. It's with that guy from
Jason Segel.
Yeah, Jason Segel from How I Met Your Mother and that stuff. But man, it's just like, who is reading these damn books? And it's just for every single page you have to look up words. It's written in a way that's just like. You read like a
I like Pablo's face. Pablo's making face
because
right now.
I think it might be like an Emperor's New Clothes thing or whatever, like where people read in, they're like, "It's awesome."
They have
no idea what the hell is being said, Because I read one friggin' paragraph and I was like, "How does anybody?" No, it can't. Like, how is this even enjoyable though? Like, why? Why would you keep going? It's 1,000-something pages.
Yeah, and I'm at like page like 75 or something.
Pedro, have you read it?
I've read those first 12 pages like 5 times. And it is very dense, and I can't get past that first bit. I don't
Okay.
know.
Well,
Yeah.
there's parts where it like starts getting. Oh, and then the other thing is that it's written in a way of like 100 different plot points, kind of like a Pulp Fiction, where it's like a bunch of different stories that are going to come together at some point.
When is that going to happen?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Page
And you're just
880.
Yeah.
And there's like this weird tinge of like pseudo, like sci-fi to it with these tapes and weird things that go on, and you're just like, what the hell are they talking about? So anyway,
Sounds like-
it makes me feel real stupid.
Sounds like something great to lug with you on a cross-Atlantic
Yeah,
flight.
exactly.
Have you
So
seen the
I kept-
movie?
I kept going for it. The movie's not about the book. The
No,
movie's
no,
about
the guy.
the guy,
But
yeah.
have you seen the?
No,
have
I
you
haven't
seen it? He nails it because I've heard him talk on NPR, the author,
Yeah.
and the actor just. I mean, he gets the nuances, he gets it down, and you got to watch the movie. I would say I haven't
What's
read
it
the
called?
book.
I didn't even get the title.
I saw it on an airplane, and
what's it called?
but it was it starts off kind of slow, and it was like, all right, is this an artsy film? I don't get it, but it's Gen X through and through.
That's called End of the Tour.
Yeah,
That's
There
right.
you go.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
about the
'cause
book
it's about
tour.
a book tour. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the book.
I
on
felt
that book.
I felt like it speaks to a specific generation in a really
Gen X, that's me.
profound way. It is. It's it is, and it's unique in that sense.
From the reviews here, I won't be trying to watch the movie or try to read the book.
Didn't you watch it, Pablo, or no? You never saw it?
Yeah. I saw the movie. It was good. It was all right, and then it's very layman stuff. It's not above anyone's head.
No. There's nothing profound about it, but the acting I thought was pretty profound.
I love Jason.
It was a good movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like an audiobook I would listen to go to sleep.
Anyway, if anyone wants to join a book club and read this book for the next 10 years with me,
So much for the weekend talk, Rafa.
well, that was my weekend, weekend, whatever.
That was like-
I didn't make it to the
yeah.
corner.
We were
I'm
in the
sorry.
book club a second ago here.
I tried to go to the corner. It didn't work out.
I, for one, thank God we had a weekend talk that didn't involve the corner.
Hey
For the
now.
last couple
last-
months,
no.
I've been to the corner 4 times.
Is that
You
last?
guys
Is
have
that
a week
last?
before.
Last
I've
week
been to
was
the corner
amazing.
twice.
You come to the corner.
So I went
Yeah.
on Wednesday,
Oh,
not
cool.
on Tuesday,
Boo.
and I was like, maybe these guys will be here because they're always talking about it. But no,
Wednesday's the show night.
Yeah,
I know.
Wednesday.
It was late night in the restaurant next door. It was awesome, by the way.
Oh, Fuchs?
Fuchs?
I've been dying to go to
F-O-O-Q
Fuchs.
apostrophe S.
I've been
For
dying to
those
go
who
to
are
Fuchs.
looking at trying to look that up, it's good.
I want to go.
You should go next Tuesday.
Guys, I got the answer from Jonathan. I'm down.
Oh, the
I got
trivia answer from
the
last
trivia
week.
answer, yeah. SS Eritune Apcar. Is that how you pronounce that?
I mean, I don't even know what the
Eritune
question was,
Apcar.
so that's
I don't
the
remember
answer.
either.
It's a boat. It's a boat that washed up on some rocks or something.
No, that's this week's trivia.
No. It was also a boat.
It was also
named-
last week's trivia.
Oh, it was last week's too.
Pablo is listening. Damn.
I really am.
All right, anybody have more weekend?
Did you guys do anything cool in the weekend?
Nah.
I don't know why you're looking at me. I was just writing papers,
Writing papers.
thinking about coming here.
Al, did we go surfing last weekend? I think we hit it up Saturday morning or something in South Beach, right?
Did we? Yeah.
Yeah, we took the boards over and hit some 1-foot chop, and it was amazing.
Cool.
or at least that's what we tell our friends, that it was overhead, even though it was like ankle high. But
Foam rider.
Take pictures from a different angle.
Al was wearing a full wetsuit in
By the way,
80
we're going
degree
for a-
weather
we're going for a
with
paddle tomorrow
75
morning.
degree water.
Anyone wants to go?
What time?
We're doing a paddle tomorrow morning. 8 o'clock, 8:30.
Leaving from Oceania?
5:45.
5:45 a.m.
Anybody want to go?
8:30 is decent.
All right, it's
No, leaving from Pines, the
six-
house off of Pines.
6:45 on this Wednesday, the day before Christmas. This is Rat Radio, your No One's Listening show, and now it's time for
Oh,
What?
host. Jeez. 1 week off.
What are you listening to?
Every time I'm cute.
All right, I'll go first. I've been listening to a bunch of stuff, a lot of REM, but I'm not going to say REM. I have been listening to a song by Bowie called Station to Station off an album called Station to Station, and the album's really good, and I got back into Bowie again because
Of that new song?
because the new song, and then I was like, maybe I should go back, and he's put out like 30 albums, so I wanted to find another one, and I found this one, Station to Station. Highly recommended. Next.
I'm gonna pass on this. I don't really listen to any music. Well, I mean, I listen to audiobooks and sports radio, but
And instruction, too.
I listened to a amazing interview on Levitard's show with my cousin, who I already said has a movie coming out tonight. So
Yeah.
everyone on this boat, we're going to see it after the show, called The Big Short.
Tonight we're going?
Yeah,
Austin Street.
tonight. Yeah.
Is Brad Pitt gonna be there?
He's
not in the
He'll be there. Yeah.
He is. in the
Oh,
movie.
nice.
But I did.
His cousin is Adam. What's his name?
Adam McKay
No, yeah,
is his
we-
name. He had a sick interview on Levitard's show. They were just asking him about, his favorite scenes from different movies he's done, and he killed it. And
He's a Miami guy?
Levitard's the Miami guy.
Oh, no, I
is
thought
not.
your cousin.
No, he's a Philly guy.
Philly.
So, yeah, that was the best thing I listened to.
What about you, Al?
I pretty much listened to Tommy McCook, who Griff put me on to, and I feel like it's basically like the soundtrack of driving around the key in your golf cart.
Like a
Which
jazz
is
player?
basically what I do.
No, it's
It's,
reggae.
it's just straight dub.
Yeah,
like,
dub.
Like
We
straight
gotta put that
dub,
on the
no
radio. Like,
no
on any-
lyrics, just instrumental dub.
Wow.
Check it out, because that's pretty much what
What
you
is he
do,
again?
right, Manny? Drive around the key in your golf cart.
Yeah, for sure. And I have a little Bluetooth
Tommy
speaker.
McCook.
Definitely him. Yeah.
Tommy McCook?
Yep. MCCOOK.
Really good. And
Check it out, guys.
He basically wrote the majority of like a lot of songs that you will like reggae songs. They just borrowed his songs and put lyrics on top of
Cool.
them. Yeah.
Wow, so he's deep. Goes way
Yeah.
back.
Okay, mine. What I want to say, but it's too boring, and it's already on the air, is John Lennon. Happy Christmas. Happy Xmas. War is over. Because that's a tradition in my family, and unfortunately I'm not with them this Christmas in Brazil, but we basically play it on a loop for like 2 or 3 days straight. I don't know why. Why is it on a loop?
I don't know. I mean, I'm surprised you still like it. After,
I know. It's
we've
like
heard it so for
we've
so
heard
many
it
years.
so many times. It's so good. And what
That's a
have
good
you
song.
done? But I don't want to say that one because it's already on the air, and it's only Christmas, and that's too like gimmicky. Although I have been listening to it, and like all sad.
I've heard very little Christmas carols this year.
I listen. I heard El Burrito Sabanero, and that's all I needed to hear. And then I was done with Christmas. I'm like, oh, it's complete. But there is an album that I learned about, and I actually said this to Rafa. I think he liked it too.
Really
Sam Cooke Live. I think it's 1963.
Oh, yeah.
Live at the Harlem Square Club, and that was recorded in the Harlem Square Club in Overtown. And so I got all about it because it's like so rare that these huge albums are recorded in a venue in Miami. So I was really
In 1963,
in
too.
1963, like that's-
segregated town.
Exactly.
Sam Cooke.
And so I recommend the whole album because that's the whole point of that. But yeah, it's awesome.
So
You guys
Sam
should-
Cooke wrote a lot of pop songs, but then you hear him play it at this club, and they're very raw, and so
So good.
it's really good.
It's so good. So yeah, that's mine.
I'm gonna piggyback off of that. I'm gonna.
Don't
my
play
first
the-
one's gonna be a little
don't play the
Christmassy.
clip.
I'm not playing the clip.
Because it
Don't
gets
worry.
pulled off YouTube.
First one is called "I'll Be Stoned for Christmas" by a guy Dent May. It's psychedelic pop. He went to Ole Miss. I met him at a football game. He's got his Dent's tent, and I think you might like it. But the one I think you'll really like, and it's kind of gone a little viral in the last week. It's called "Too Many Zoos," Brass House. And it's these two guys, one's on sax, one's on trumpet, and then they've got a drummer, and you've never heard anything like it, but
Cool.
I guarantee you will all enjoy it. So check that out. Too Many Zoos.
Cool. Thank you. That's 2 for Theo. That's awesome. He snuck it in.
Yeah.
I like that.
I have been listening to the same album for a long time now. It's called Windows by Jack Wilkins. He's an old school jazz guitarist. And I think the most famous song on there is called Red Clay. It was sampled by a Tribe Called Quest and became
Nice.
famous like that. But it's a good
Jazz guitar gets no love.
It's a killer album. It's killer. You would love it.
I've been listening to the Elton John song "Gray Seal." Anybody know that one? It's a good one. It's
Sing it.
really catchy. Super catchy one. It's really catchy. I've listened to it so many times. I hate it already. I think it's terrible, but it's really good the first time you hear it. I suggest you listen to it. It's on the Yellow Brick Road album.
Is Elton John like a Momenge favorite? Because
It
whenever
just-
I hear Elton John, I think of two people: my father and Rafa.
Yeah, it happens to. Yeah,
A lot of people like Elton John.
I know, but like I know, but you're like an extra.
I
lover of Elton.
definitely messaged the Rafa right when I heard it because I was like, how have I not heard this? This is amazing. And he had been talking about this album for so long. And then I heard this song and I was like, wow, yeah, really good stuff.
Yeah, I'm the same as Pablo. I've been, listening to "You Used To." Like my kids are playing this, going around the house, and all of a sudden, they're doing the dishes. "You used to," and singing the lines about, bending over backwards and this and that. And so that's what I've been listening to, Hotline Bling, man.
Oh, yeah?
All the time.
Oh, that's what that was. I was like, I'm not cool. I don't know what he's talking about. You used to.
Rafa loves that video.
I was just at your house when we were listening to the Police.
Yeah.
Jamming.
That was nice.
Yeah.
We got it de Blanc.
Some Drake on.
By the way, we're streaming live now on Periscope. If anyone
Oh,
listened to my
cool.
advice and downloaded that, we're down worldwide. We're live. If anyone
Cool.
What's your
wants to
username?
You don't need a username. You just click on it, gives you a map, and you scroll into Florida, and then you look for our show.
Oh, perfect.
The No One's Watching app.
Doesn't give away
Yeah.
the location of the show, does it?
That's no good.
No, it's pretty hard
All
to
right,
figure
it's
out.
December 23rd, 2015.
No one's listening. Sorry.
5 minutes to 7. We'll talk of the town.
Hang on a second.
I got a big
Talk about
announcement.
music. A little
Yeah,
talk
come
about
on. What
music.
happened there, man? With your
Yeah, hold that
cigarette,
cigarette. Yeah, that-
melodica.
So talk of the town.
That's great.
All right. Huge announcement. Huge. I mean, this is. There are fresh Mammoth Georgia Pecans from the KB Women's Club. $12 a pound. You can get them. This is the big announcement where you can get them. You can get them at the Towers Salon, at the Glamour Salon in the Harbor Plaza 7-Eleven Shopping Center, or by calling Frida Levitt at 361-2194. That's 361-2194.
Alex, have you tried the
Rafa
pecans?
actually makes that sound pretty sensual.
I was
so
gonna
I'm
say,
gonna try those
it's like the
pecans.
hell-
We did a review and we love them, so
Theo, have you?
I have not tried
pecans?
them, but I've had a mean sweaty ball. It sounds very similar.
They're not as good as the Mammoth Georgia Pecans.
pecans.
Salty and sweet. They're delicious.
They're so
Pick
good.
them up.
We loved them when we had them.
We're a little hot on them, right?
So that's still in Talk of the Town, man. That's amazing.
damn.
That's because
Yeah,
I got the
that's
phone
lasting.
number and everything.
How long are they available? Through the end of the year?
I suppose until they sell out.
Until you stop
All right.
asking.
All right.
361-2194. Let's see. Okay, so here's something. Maybe you've noticed, maybe you haven't. I hope you have. And Theo's here. Maybe he can answer this for us. Theo, there's no Christmas lights on Crandon in the medians. What's going on?
Yeah, I know. You know who first brought
all
this
your
to my
fault,
attention?
Neil.
I got to
It's all
give
your
him
fault.
credit, but Pat Kelly, he 3 years ago was like, hey, I don't know what happened, but a few years ago that we used to do it where the trees would light up and it was on the median. So I asked the manager. I said, come on, this was kind of a tradition, right? This wasn't just like a 1 year thing. And what I learned is that the lights got cut in the downturn. The former manager, thought, we need to save money, and this was an opportunity to do it. And the way to bring them back, unfortunately, because it's one of those things where if you're constantly using them, the lights, and the outlets, they don't get grass growing over them, and they don't stop working. And so, unfortunately, because they've been neglected, the cost to essentially renovate would require extracting all of the electrical lines and putting in new ones. So his solution, and as you may see, it's brighter than downtown Miami, but the Village Hall now has every single palm tree with uplights and Christmas lights, and living directly across the street from it, I can tell you it is very, very bright.
It's very. I noticed that, but I didn't really. Now I know the backstory.
Yeah, so they're connected. The solution is, hey, here's an alternative. We're going to do the trees, and it's going to save you hundreds of thousands of dollars instead of having to reinstall all this electrical. But at the same time, there are residents that may want to spend that money and bring it back.
I mean, it sucks that you have to do the maintenance, but it was definitely nice to have the whole thing lit up, and we don't have that now.
It was.
Well, the grass is growing though.
Yep,
Right.
Well, that's good.
that's exactly it.
On the light note, I don't know how to say that. Key Colony, Jonathan's not here. I'm upset about that. But Tidemark has like 0 lights, and you walk over to Ocean Sound, which is the building right in front, and it looks like the village hall. It's like ridiculous, and I don't know why. Key Colony, what's up?
Different property managers.
Yeah,
It is, but I'm
One's more into it than the other.
come on now, come on.
They also have valet parking.
They also have LA parking, which I personally, I don't like that. I think it's awesome that Tidemark doesn't have it with all those Phase 1 parking, visitor parking.
All right, the Calusa Club is having a scavenger hunt on January 15th. We will be posting more details on Facebook soon. I hope you guys all sign up. It'll probably be $100 a team or $80. I don't remember what we decided, but
Up
5
from 50.
people.
Up from 50 last time.
50. 50 is way too.
Yeah,
too little.
I was gonna say even 100 might seem low.
Yeah.
It's between 5 people, right? A team.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
We're adults.
That's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you guys will join us. So come out there. January 15th. Stay tuned.
It's a Friday night.
Yeah.
It's going to be meeting at the beach club, right?
Yeah. at the
What
Beach
time
Club.
Friday night? Like what time? I get out of work at
7.
You work?
3 o'clock.
I was waiting for that. So what time is it? Is it
like
Friday night?
Probably
6
like
o'clock?
6:30, 7. 7 was probably a good time, right?
Cuban time.
Yeah. 7.
No, not Cuban time.
7. Be at the I'll announce 7. Hopefully everybody's there by 8, and then at 8 everybody takes off, or 8:15 or whatever. Takes off in the golf carts doing the scavenger hunt. The Garden District was in the news.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, play it.
Those
I don't
angels
have
are singing all the time.
He doesn't have the
You don't
uke.
hear them right now?
He doesn't have the uke.
I don't have the uke to play the little song for the Garden District, but the Garden District was in the news, and it was in the news because, Manny announces it on this show all the time, how they do all these events at the Garden District for, to organize the community around there, and at the same time to kind of motivate people for that park at 202 Sunrise. So I read the whole article, and what I want to talk about was the fact that why wasn't Manny in the article?
Whack.
Well, I mean, why do I need to be in the article?
Because you're
you
like the,
are the guard. You
you're
are
the king of the garden.
Exactly.
Ew. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, I don't need to be in the article.
We'd like for you to be in the article. I think
will.
that's what Ralph is trying to say.
I put Paul and Lily in touch with the new editor because
gotcha.
the question was on the thread was
So you were involved.
I go, we should send this to the Islander, put it in the paper, get these pictures in the paper. And so they said, well, who do we send it to? That was the dilemma, right? Because Nancy Ray's gone.
Yeah.
So
Kelly.
quickly came back, to Kelly, and it's still editor at Islander News. I mean, so we sent it over there, and I saw the paper today. I thought that was great.
Cool.
Yeah, it was amazing. We
Was
had
the
like 100
garden?
people
Was
out
it
there.
mentioned? The Garden District
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was 100%.
as the Garden
No,
District.
it's official, Austin.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
official, 100%.
It's not a joke.
It's in the first paragraph.
We laugh about it, but it's
You
not
say
a joke.
Paul and Lily like they're staples. I know Lily grew up on the Key and her family's very connected.
Well, Paul Zuccarini had the camera.
Yeah.
And he was taking the pictures. I go, you need to send these to the Islander.
so
And he had a bunch
how do
of
we know
ones.
Paul? I met him. I asked because I met him at Winn-Dixie, and we've had many
Nice.
great conversations on Facebook. But I feel like he's becoming an integral part of the Key.
He's a great part of the Key. If you don't know the Zuccarinis that grew up on the Key, Paul and Peter, just like our holy rollers over here.
Pablo and Pedro.
Thank you. And more. Stay tuned for that. You might want to put the kids to bed, but later on we're gonna have a little bit of some little. Anyway, so Paul Zuccarini, great guy, a single dad. His son is amazing. Parker, great kid, 8 years old, and Paul is a volunteer and does all the stuff that we do out here. You go out there and you coach the teams and you go to the kids' events and it's multi-generational, and then Lily Warner, you know Lily Warner, she's married to Scott Hardy, and so you know all your neighbors.
All right. Well, next time I need a comment from you in that kind of
okay,
article.
for sure.
You know.
For
Yeah,
sure, man.
yeah.
And Kelly has been texting me and or had been calling me, and and I just didn't return the calls, and I needed to get back on some other story, and so.
Gotcha. Okay. What can we talk about here?
I have talk of the town.
Oh, okay.
I have 2 talks of the town.
From the salon?
One is related to the salon. What was it? Nail salon talk? What was it? Gossip from the nail salon. So remember I was hating on Pita Pockets because I was like, I wanted it to be a Middle Eastern, like authentic Middle Eastern that took over the Chinese place that nobody went to next to my nail salon. So I was there on a late night one night. By late night, I mean after 6 o'clock. And the guy that was there kind of just like organizing things was listening to Arabic music. And then I started thinking, oh, I suck. I was hating too early. And maybe Pita Pockets is good. Although I know it's a franchise and I don't know. Okay. So that's number 1. Excuse me for the hate. The number 2 is Key Colony talk. Is that Puntino opened up where Las Olas was. And I didn't go. Yeah.
No way. Upstairs by the pool?
Upstairs by the pool. So they had an opening party on Saturday, but I was busy in Kansas City.
Puntino got that?
Puntino got it.
Wow.
And I
Have you
haven't
seen the
gone.
Facebook page?
No.
There's a Facebook page to bring back Las Olas.
Good. That's what we all love here.
Not started by the founder either.
Well, good.
Yeah,
Sorry.
go ahead and boycott Puntino.
Has
because we
anybody
need bring
been
back
to
Las Olas.
Puntino's yet? And maybe we should
At the
reserve
pool?
judgment. What if it's
Wait, what?
Good.
For the outsider here, what happened in Las Olas?
they condemned the structure that they were under? Remember that?
A year ago.
Nothing to do with them. It has to do with the
In
structure of the building.
2015. In
Yeah.
2015.
Yeah.
And so they knocked that down, and then so they
Right
they
before
were
the summer.
out.
What was wrong with it?
Apparently it wasn't safe. It was falling apart. They had like these big 4x4s like propping it up and stuff by the end.
But instead of like, okay, let's fix it and Las Olas stays, it was kind of like a moment to override Las Olas.
Yeah, they're gonna fix it, but for now they brought in Puntino to do catering somehow. We haven't seen it, so I don't know what
Are
it
they
It's open?
during pool
But
hours?
It's
With-
open
without the bar, I guess.
I think 9th. I got the newsletter from it, and I think you know.
Yeah.
9:30. I think 9:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday.
Do they get the same sweetheart deal that Las Olas had?
I don't. Yeah, it's probably free. Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's part of the reason for this Facebook page.
What
I
do you
think
mean?
the dues are going up. At least putting 2 and 2 together, I think it's becoming more expensive for the master community. I don't
What,
have
for the
that
HOA?
on. Yeah.
Oh no, it is. The HOA fees went up in Key Colony,
Boo.
Yeah.
We've already discussed
but
that.
that has nothing to do with Puntino. He's talking about the sweet deal of Las Olas not having to pay rent.
Yeah, I know. I think they're getting. Well, they may be getting an even sweeter deal. is my point.
Subsidized.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
Oh,
the
yeah?
sweet deal that we need to be worried about is that locals, key rats, get the 2-for-1 like we did at Las Olas.
Yeah, exactly.
now the cat's out of the bag. Puntino's
Hey,
needs to know.
what do you have?
Yeah, Puntino, yeah. I agree with
What do you have
that.
in-
Puntino needs to know.
They need to know. What do you have in Key Rat Special?
Key Rat Special.
Key Rat Special, right?
So if you're listening, Puntino, and we know you are,
Well, that's up to
Yeah.
Key Colony residents to go down there and be like, hey, they used to have a 2-for-1 for.
I need to go down there.
I think
I'm going down
Key
there.
Colony politics is harder than village politics.
It's
Probably.
pretty tough.
I mean, having the 4 associations and Botanica. That there are people with pitchforks ready to like.
And there's
Go
so
after
many
it.
of them. Like
Yeah,
there's a lot of
they're
people in Key
active.
Colony.
I
What
mean,
was
I
there?
give- I give
What
them
was there
credit.
before Las Olas? Anything or no?
No.
So it was kind of like Lola's brainchild to go in there and
Yeah.
There was
Open up
also
It
a
was.
push by some residents there. They weren't too pleased with Las Olas.
Oh yeah, but that was like a very
People wanted
small
to kick them
minority.
out.
Of
No, but I mean,
but a vocal
before Las
minority.
Olas was there, he came in and kind of started, right? I feel like
Give it a couple months, they'll be
he should
complaining
get
about Puntino.
some kind of
Exactly.
goodwill for that, you know?
The only complaint I have, maybe I shouldn't talk about.
Go on, the place is dead and buried.
Is that pool, I guess, was the adult pool?
Yeah.
And then all the kids are there, and so we don't have an adult pool, which they should have switched the Tidemark pool. They should be only adults. Whatever, there's no adult
a
pool except for the
resident
is.
sued for discrimination because of that, and
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
why it became a kid pool. Yeah.
But really, as an adult with no children, I'd like to be quiet at the pool.
Okay, but you have a pool. It's,
There's only 35
The Olympic pool?
pools at Key
I'm not going to
Colony.
hang out at the Olympic pool. I'm sorry.
As a
Yeah.
father of a
You can't,
young
like,
child,
float
on
around.
that,
Enough
you're a
pools.
hater. You're a hater.
We all know on the show that I'm a hater. I'm the angry driver.
More
I'm the
pools
hater.
more pools per capita than anyone in the world. Try saying that 5 times,
Yeah.
Pablo.
Well, I just go to the Ocean Club pool that no kids are allowed, and it's great.
My family stayed at
For once.
Key Colony once, and they said we're at the pool. I went to all like 10 of them trying to find them. It's so hard.
I like to be quiet at the pool. I'm reading my magazine and drinking. I like to be quiet.
Drinking silence.
Is it Big Brother or Little Brother? What is it?
Little brother.
Little Brother could just smile at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys don't even know what he deals with.
You guys
All
did
right.
not know.
It's 7:05 p.m. There's the No One's Listening show. Keep us game. Paul Sills died on Friday. If you guys didn't know who Paul Sills was, he lived on the corner of Heather and Ridgewood. He was an eccentric dude. You might see him out there pulling weeds out of his lawn. He was a pretty funny guy, and he passed away. So
You know what? I don't know anything about him other than the fact that it was the corner lot there on Heather and maybe Hampton or Ridgewood or something.
yeah, Heather and Ridgewood.
And it looks a lot like the corner park with the Henderson
Pocket
property.
park.
And he would sit out there in his lawn that was overgrown and with like just open leg,
Yeah,
pulling weed.
from between his legs.
From
Like,
between his legs,
Yeah.
just pulling weed. And, long hair.
yeah,
I
long
just thought it was
curly
like,
hair.
God, it's freaking great to have like a guy like that here on Key West. Still doing this.
Yeah.
And that is, I would drive by there. I would tell my kids, I'm like, you see that guy? He's half hobbit, half troll. And they would look at him and they'd be like, Dad, what's that guy doing? And I would explain. I go, yeah, I just told you. And he would do it and he would wave and he would be out there every single time. But I never knew his story, Rob.
Well, before we get into the him as a person, let's give our thoughts to his kids,
Yeah.
Josh and Rebecca. They were, they grew up with me before I moved to Philly, and they were huge parts of the Key. They've been here forever,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they're definitely Key staples. So
We still
our
live on the
thoughts are
Key.
with you guys. His service was at 3 today. My wife is friends with Rebecca, and a lot of Key people are.
Oh,
And we're there, so.
You
Still
guys
li-
should read the obituary that she wrote in
Yeah, it
the
was great.
paper, because it was quirky. It was really short, but quirky and lighthearted, and it was
Rebecca
nice.
wrote it?
Yeah.
Did she still? They live on the Key?
No, they don't live on the Key anymore. Josh was coming back every once in a while a couple years ago, and then Rebecca did too. And Rebecca, if you guys knew her in grade school and then what she turned into, goddamn, it was like, oh, Rebecca.
It sounds like in a good
Rob.
way.
Yeah.
So she came back too, and whatever. But Josh is a cool guy, and they're cool people. And the dad, he was just a guy from the Key, man. He's been here forever.
Great guy to see there on the Key.
Yeah.
Still doing it. So he wasn't that old.
No, he wasn't
No,
that old.
what
He died in
happened?
his
Sorry,
sleep.
What was the property? What did the house look like? Which house was it?
It's on the corner of Heather and Ridgewood. So like from our old house going to the Village Green on the right.
Yeah.
This one, a little mackle with like overgrown.
All original.
With the dog? The beware of dog?
No,
No.
Not that guy? Okay, never mind. Sorry.
no. It's
trying to
literally
make
one
that-
block off the Village Green. On the
Oh.
right.
Oh, okay.
So it's right next to the Duncan's house. That's got all the gravel in the front.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
I took
No,
a
don't
picture
know.
of it years ago. Maybe I could pull it up.
They just did the community church was out there like a month ago, and basically did all his landscaping. They cleaned up a lot of stuff.
Did
Oh, here it
they?
is. Yeah.
Did they assume the position with the leg spread?
No,
And
no.
At the time, I used to tag the photos, and I called this one Sills' house. So it came up in Google. That's the house.
Oh, yes, dude. This is the one.
Yeah. And so he would
This
sit
is
out
the one
there
with the
and-
dog, man.
He would sit out there in the lawn and
For
just
sure, this
pick
is the one
weed.
with the dog. This
Pick
is the one that
weeds.
had the dog. Had a German Shepherd outside of it, of course.
In the front or the back?
The front.
You're right.
It had a
It did have
German Shepherd that just sat in the front all day, and if you went up to it, it'd bite you. No, I saw it bite a man once. I saw it bite a mailman or something. I did. I'm telling you, this guy's a legend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this house. Yeah. But whatever.
How many of those are left on the Key? I mean, as far as like people who've lived here for a long time, maybe a little quirky. You know, I mean,
Now it's just the rapist.
There's one lady.
oh my God!
Hey, just throw that out
I
there.
didn't see that coming.
Poor guy. I call him a rapist.
What?
David.
We all know.
Who?
David?
David, he's a quirky guy. Lately, he's been out in
The guy in
sequin
Redwood?
jackets. Yeah, exactly.
He's been
Sorry. He comes out in these sequin jackets. He looks like some kind of glam rock dude now. And it's so funny. He's like at the Oasis in his jacket, and you're just like, "What are you doing, David?"
He's the last one?
not.
Huh?
He's the last one.
I always follow him around when I see him because he's so funny. He like starts talking to people, and people don't know that he's not just like that American style where you just talk to people, but he's actually crazy. So they start talking to him like, "Oh, this guy's just talking to me to be nice," and then they're like, I get to see when they realize like, "Oh no, this guy's crazy."
My only interaction with David was when I was running for council. I was on the corner of Harbor and Fernwood, and he started driving in circles, flipping me off as I was waving to people to vote for me. I was like, what the hell?
I think that was me, Theo.
I was his neighbor for a few years. I lived over next to Jess on Redwood. He was on the corner there. And, man, I saw some crazy stuff, like him run down the street in his bathrobe. I mean,
Yeah.
I
He
did
was
that
probably coming to
sometimes.
our house, yeah.
Maybe, yeah. He lived right next to you.
Yeah.
Right, he lived right next to
He
you.
came over in a towel once. Yeah.
Just a towel.
He was
if you-
asking for sugar or something?
just out of the
eggs?
tower. I forgot what he was asking for, but he came over just a towel.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
It's great that we call him the rapist, and we go, no, sorry, his name's David.
Poor
And he
guy.
lives here.
Yeah, I don't know who made up that name.
It's a pretty bad nickname.
But
Yeah. No, that house has always been deemed the rapist house.
That's definitely a nickname
Like-
that sticks though. Once you get that nickname, it doesn't leave you.
Which is horrible because he's
totally
probably not a
totally
rapist.
harmless. He's not a rapist.
He's not.
He's never done anything. Poor guy.
He's just got a
He's not like the
crazy-
boot guy
crazy
that
house.
Rafa hates.
Oh god, the boot guy.
The boot guy.
But David, as a little anecdote, David used to. Oh, you know who's another? This is the other quirky guy that you're asking about. David used to hang out with Manny Quintana. With Manny Quintana. Do you guys know Manny Quintana?
No.
Manny Q, of course.
Yeah, 60-minute tapes.
I only know one man.
60-minute tapes?
Yeah, 60-minute tapes. Okay, so Manny Quintana, and I haven't talked to him in a long time, used to compose music, and he wrote some songs that were really pretty damn good. And one was about the Titanic and an iceberg. And David would go in and play with him.
Those two
And
guys were
this-
hanging out?
Yeah.
Oh my
David
God.
the Rapist will play it?
Yeah, exactly. And these guys would play the song called it was like, oh my god, it was such a grungy rock and roll song talking about the Titanic sinking and the iceberg and stuff like that. So, anyway,
Well,
that's
there's
another
there's
quirky
one
guy.
other quirky lady that I've seen riding her bike around the key, and I love her. I'm sure you've recognized at least the
tricycle.
bumper sticker on her bike. It says, "Slow down, this ain't the mainland." She has a bumper sticker on her basket in
Well,
front
there's
of
a
you.
tricycle lady too, right?
She's got
And then
as
there's the other David, right? I think who's your mom and who's your daddy? That guy.
FBI Bob. we call him.
FBI Bob. That's it.
What? No, Franz. That's Franz.
Franz. Sorry.
There's also the thong guy that rides that tricycle bike looking thing on the bridge
Yeah, but I think
in a
He doesn't
thong.
live
I
on
think he lives in the road.
Whatever. He's worth a it's worth a shout out. Okay, that guy's awesome.
I've been gone from the key for way too long. There's a thong guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, on the bridge, not on Bear
What about the guy who got kicked out of the library? That Rafa, you know what I'm talking about? The website.
Yeah, the crazy guy. That's another crazy guy, but
Is
I
he
don't know
still
where
in the
he
key?
lives. I don't know.
Oh, man, we gotta figure out ways to keep these people around.
Yeah.
Do you have more talk of the town? Because I have one more.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Restaurant talk. I'm gonna keep going off on restaurants. The new owner of the space where Vito's used to be opened.
Forks.
Has anyone been? I just wanted to ask. No.
Oh, tell me that again. I'm sorry. Yeah, I just heard this new restaurant. What's it called?
Forks.
And what's the theme? What's the?
It's Italian, but it's
in
not
Vito
Vito's.
spot.
It's Vito's spot.
Oh,
I haven't
Yeah.
been. I don't know.
Did-
I don't know.
did you
Vito's
guys-
gone then, huh?
Yeah, Vito's.
Yeah, did you
Another
guys
key
talk
to
about the
staying stable.
closing?
We
Yeah.
did talk about the
Because
closing. of
Vito's was.
We didn't really talk about
Wow.
the closing. We talked about it kind of an ambiguity there. Like I would call in and I would try, order
That's
the
a
sauce.
character. Talking about characters, Vito is a character.
Was Vito a key
He's probably
resident?
still around.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
he was. But this guy is not. I don't think. Or the Pita Pocket guy is not.
Most
Nail
people
salon
aren't.
master.
Most
So
people
how is it?
owning businesses on the Key aren't going to be. In 10 years, very few. Like Puntino's will be here. The guy from Novecento, but those kinds of people, like new small mom and pop, the kind that.
What
Key
about like
used to be.
Milanesa or Artisan? They're gonna make it.
I mean,
they're all in the
they're
Key.
already
They're
off
from
the
the
Key.
Key.
They're
Oh, they
well,
are?
Artisan, yeah. That count. I guess they're
Those
like
are kind of new key people anyway, though.
They
right?
are
They're
new
not like
people.
the staples. I mean, the original staples, Vernon's drugstore, they're all gone, right?
well,
Yeah, they're all
not
gone.
all. They're still
The rices.
Well,
Well, I mean,
Zambranos, I mean-
artisan guy.
Oh,
Zambranos aren't
He's
going
the
anywhere.
he's the farmer's market guy.
You're saying like old timey.
I'm talking about old school. The Zambranos with Donut Gallery. I mean, the original restaurant
You
owners.
got to think about age too, because the guys who are doing this now are younger than.
No, exactly. And it's cool that they come in and open new restaurants and contribute to the community, like artisan
The
places
Oasis
like
guys
that.
were the Oasis, but there's a new one there, and so and then what about the gas stations? I think those are Key residents, aren't they?
Yeah.
Raul Llorente doesn't. he
Yeah,
have
Raul
Shell?
and Eric. That's
Eric,
that's
right.
the talk of the town right there. A little more.
What's that, Theo?
What do you guys? What would you? I mean, this is speculative, but if you had the entry block, what would you do with it?
Why don't you tell me as my council member what
What
you
I
would
think?
do?
Yeah.
Trader
What would
Joe's.
you do?
Trader Joe's.
What I would do?
Trader Joe's?
Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's on the Key.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Actually, that would
Or
be
a fresh
pretty cool.
market, something like that. Whole Foods.
Whole Foods.
Fresh
Yeah.
Definitely not Walgreens, please.
Instacart. You could do Instacart and not need grocery stores on the Key.
So what would you do there? What's going to happen?
Well,
I like going to the grocery store.
long term, I'd like to, get rid of the power station, because that then could become a connector between.
The power station in Calusa.
Yeah,
So what do you
So
mean
that-
get rid of it? Just
move it.
move it?
Put it underground. It doesn't need to be above
You could
ground.
do something there.
Yeah.
Okay.
With that,
and
then
who
you-
owns that part? Because I never even thought about that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I know
well,
that there's the
so-
other power station over by Sir Pizza.
That's
Ooh,
the
Sir Pizza, another one
telephone
that's been
lines.
around
That's not
for
power.
Yeah.
forever.
Telephone
So we
lines?
got
That's
Sir Pizza
AT&T.
Donut Gallery
Is
so
that
far.
potential proper? I'm sorry, man.
Two
Yes,
surviving.
That is potential someday, and that's on everyone's. I think there's probably more private interest than public, but the public, like the managers, having annual talks with AT&T to buy that property, because landlines aren't what they used to be. You just need a couple towers, and it is what it is. But the entry block can serve as a ball field. There's not many ball fields left, and by itself, it's not a ball field. But when you connect it to Calusa,
That's not gonna happen.
Except we didn't buy it when we had a chance to buy
we
it when it
still
was
have
for
a
sale.
chance. We still have a chance.
Didn't this guy buy it? What's his
Yeah,
name?
Yeah.
Eric bought it. Eric owns. He's on a buying spree. He bought the medical building. He owned the building behind
101 Sunrise.
101.
What he
He
first
bought
started.
behind Winn-Dixie. He bought now he's got 202. He's got the medical building that Devaney used to own.
240 Crandon.
He's got the gas station and now the entry block. I mean,
What's left? He's going to buy up the power station next?
that would be great actually if he could.
So what can we do with him? Work with him to say...
He's amenable. I've heard, that if the village collectively says we need this to make the village a better place to live, to be, he's in support of helping make that happen. Now I'm speaking from just hearsay, so I can't say from.
I mean, when you
direct
say he
negotiation.
It's
bought
all
the
right.
end-
No one's listening
When you say
anyway.
he bought the
Yeah,
entry
no,
block, did he actually buy the entry block, or is it like
Oh, yeah.
a group
No,
of
he definitely-
investors with him?
Well,
I mean, we say Mike Rice owned the entry block. He didn't own it. I mean, he owned a
there's always
portion of it. And,
investors, whether it's a
yeah.
bank or his network.
We want an oyster bar.
The entry block. I mean,
Somewhere.
there's-
And it's like ball fields.
Oyster bars.
I want a slip and slide. Water
An
park.
oyster
It's gonna be a mall.
It could be a mall. It could be a hotel. There was talk at
Ew.
one point that when the Silver Sands was redeveloping or wanted to redevelop, that we didn't have enough hotel rooms, and so we were going to have an economical version of the Silver Sands at the entry block. Now, what you define as economical is all relative, right? So, it's not going to be this $99 a night kind of thing, but it won't be theoretically the Ritz, and that technically could be where the entry block is.
So old school key restaurants that still exist: Sir Pizza, Donut Gallery. Anything else, or is everything else gone?
Original owners?
I mean,
Shell.
the business.
Shell.
No, restaurants
Oasis.
or
7-Eleven.
Oasis
yeah,
is
Oasis. Yeah,
You could
Oasis
still
counts.
say
I guess it's still
7-Eleven is definitely a landmark here. I would say.
But that's I mean, so was KFC. We,
KFC.
The DG was family owned. Sir Pizza's family owned.
That's it, dude. It's
That's
a
it.
short
There's
list.
one more out there.
Artist
I got
thing.
one for you.
I was just gonna say that I missed that KFC.
Oh man,
I
the
think I was
KFC
one of the few clients there, but
Fries, man. They
One of the
switched the
few.
potato
Those
wedges.
potato
and
wedges?
ruined it.
What really ruined it was when they took away those dividers. You know,
What really
that
ruined
separated
it?
the room and opened it up into like this big room, and then it looked like really cheap and
What really
you didn't
ruined
want
it
to
was
be in
when
there.
Yogi stopped working there. 'Cause he was the best customer service you'll ever get.
It was definitely the most
I
beige
can't see.
place on the key. Like it was just brown, like
Yogi worked at
khaki
Chiefs too, and then
area.
Chiefs went out of business. So maybe
Oh, we're
Yogi, the
seeing
poison
it,
pill that puts places out of business.
Where has Yogi not worked?
China Garden still?
No,
it's
gone.
closed.
There's
No!
Chinese food on the key.
It
It's
closed.
terrible.
No
It's really
way!
a problem.
It's
Close.
Japanese.
Yeah, it's Chinese fusion, whatever.
wasn't
but
there a place called China Star? Or am I making that up?
Was that the Pita Pocket?
No, but I remember when China
Maybe.
Garden was called Pecking Garden.
Yeah.
So one that's not
Hey.
like a old school staple, but I think it's like cemented itself as one is Patagonia. I think from now on
It's a
that's
great
like
spot.
gonna be
That's
a
a-
Key Biscayne thing.
It's not
like,
a franchise, but it's corporate. They have a bunch of them
They have a
around
bunch of
Miami.
them.
Now and
But it's a good spot.
Yeah,
There's one more you
the
guys are
way
forgetting.
the way the Key residents relate to
Sonesta?
it here and the way it works, it's perfect for the Key. I think that one's gonna outlast any newcomer.
Speaking of Patagonia, I finally had the gelato next door. It's freaking good.
it's great.
Bertoni, I
breakfast,
think it's
Thumbs
called.
up. Thumbs up.
Thumbs
for that.
up.
Yeah.
For the, I have only had the gelato, the dark chocolate, so I don't know about anything else, but it was very good.
Do you have
Breakfast
milkshakes?
I think
Yep.
so.
They do.
Whatever. I like that.
And the
Yeah.
decor is great.
What's the one other one you have in mind?
Boater's Grill.
Oh, that
Oh, yeah, of
that came to
course.
mind, but that doesn't count.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
thought
It's not
of
even
that
part of the
too,
key.
but
Austin's like, no.
That's not a
Come
Key
on.
Biscayne.
It's not key.
landmark.
Why?
Because it's like a lease.
Because you got to pay to get in there.
You have to
Yeah.
pay it again. We've
Yeah,
had this
man.
conversation on the show. You have to pay $8 to freaking go there. Shut up.
Now you do, but you didn't used to.
Family
right?
owned and
It's
been
good.
around
Back in the
forever.
day,
How
you
yeah,
long?
go
it hasn't
out
been
at
around
sunset.
Oh,
and-
rough.
It hasn't been around for
No.
when it's Sir Pizza and the
Chinese
donut
food.
gallery. It's like that's a
Couldn't
different
tell
level.
last
I
night.
mean, that's
That's-
lengthwise.
Two decades more. Three.
But
Yeah,
when are they going to
exactly.
knock down that lighthouse? Come on. Get it out of the
That thing is
way.
an eyesore.
It's
You're
blocking
so
the
right.
view.
We should talk about that. We should. That's a good call, Pablo.
It doesn't even work. I mean,
Doesn't
What's
even
it there for?
It's just for show.
Yeah.
that was good.
Oh, good.
Wait, let me do trivia, and I'll answer trivia, right?
Oh.
305-361-8557 if you know this.
Wait, you can put the trivia answer on the site. That way people go to the site.
That's a good approach.
Maybe.
You,
Try
you
don't
always
answer.
forget. You
Don't-
never
you-
say it anyway.
yeah.
So
We have-
stick with tradition.
We have one.
Yeah.
We have one
Okay.
friend on the site, and his name is Agus.
Yeah,
Shout
Agus
out.
is the best. Biggest fan. This racing sailboat sank in 1930 right off the Bear Cut. It's still there. It's a dive site. It's an archaeological preserve. And name that boat.
There's a sunken German boat right out there too, right? Is that the same boat?
That's-
Hey, maybe it is.
Same one.
Oh, Bob knows the answer.
It
to
was
that, I think.
German built, but it
Oh,
wasn't.
okay.
Yeah, it
Bob, if
wasn't
you're
like
listening.
owned by Germans or anything.
U571.
361-8571.
That was the answer to the
We'll call
show
that.
last
That was last week, Pablo. Pablo's been listening.
All right, so yeah, we won't say it. I'll
It's
just
like-
post it at the.
Yeah, just post it.
I'll just post
Yeah,
it.
no, I listen, man.
Before we forget, I want to give a thank you to Austin. I'm not gonna say why, but thank you, Austin, because you won it. And
Thank you so much, Anna.
And
For what?
I miss G-Man. I don't know what to
rendered
talk about it.
services.
Rendered services. And I miss G-Man. 'cause
Transportation
he's
to the secret site.
He carried it each on his own back.
Yeah, thank you.
And by the way, we're next week we're having our end of the year party.
Oh yes,
So
exactly.
Let's maybe spend 30 seconds on that.
Okay.
Where are we meeting?
Wednesday, December 30th, we are having our end of the year. No, well, yeah, I'll call it a Christmas party. It's a Christmas party.
Dude,
even
this
though-
is the Christmas party.
Is that the day after after Christmas?
It's like a week.
It's like a week after Christmas.
And the day before New Year's.
It's a pre-New Year party.
Yeah.
Pre-New Year on the 30th.
Well, probably better than you.
Will we be burning Christmas trees?
Oh.
Absolutely. Bring your
Yeah.
Christmas trees.
Like
Bring them. Bring them where?
Well, that's
location.
you know.
When somebody reaches out to you and they invite you to this party, where and when do I need to be there? That's what you tell them, and then they'll get you there. You don't have to say anything right now.
Yeah, well, I'll say 7:30 because we'll be out here early
7:30
for the show.
No, come
Man,
out
he's
for
like,
the show.
no.
Oh, you want everybody to be here for the show?
5 o'clock.
I don't know if
that'll be
that'll work.
that'll be
I
a
was
mess.
thinking about everybody talking in the background.
No.
Are we telling them to be quiet for an hour?
I think it'd be nice if people can come in and the show goes 2 hours that night.
A live audience.
Yeah,
No one's listening.
They work their way in and out. People.
A live audience.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe.
We'll think about it.
I mean, I like the I like the Vito right now. I like the sentiment of it, but this is just it just will not work with all the people out here. They'll get restless, want to put on music and stuff like that.
We won't have any listeners if everyone's here. That's true. That's something to consider.
Yeah, we really need to consider the listeners.
The ratings.
We're having a party.
We gotta think about the ratings.
The ratings.
We're done. Man.
We don't want the ratings to
Wait,
go down.
doesn't the year wrap today? I thought this was the last official day.
No, this
Hey,
is the start of the week.
With all the
Start of the
weekends we've lived here, the year's done.
Is there a show next week?
Yeah, of course.
On the 30th.
Just making sure.
That's and we're having a special show. We're doing a special show. We're gonna do like predictions and stuff like that for next year. And I don't know. I'll come up with some stuff that'll make it a little different.
What about a year in review?
Yeah, that too.
We'll be also.
Wait a second.
Also,
I didn't sign up for a year-end review.
do your homework, Manny.
Is that what
Brace
he said?
yourself.
Your performance is
Or
below
a clip show, maybe a
expectations,
best of.
Yeah.
A best of clip show with a little commentary in between, splices. Ooh,
Pablo, you gonna be
like
around?
this one.
You gonna
No,
be here, Pablo?
no, but I would love to listen to this.
Pablo, you want to host? You want to take over the hosting?
I know. I would love to hear like just segments of the show, and then everyone just like, "Oh, that was great when that happened." Remember when Pablo said that about the lighthouse?
That'll be the number one.
We could probably loop that into play like 4 or 5 times during the day.
Yeah.
In between songs. Oh wait, there are no songs.
Yeah. Right now the radio's off. We'll get it back on.
We're
We'll
getting
get
it back up
on.
before
We'll
the
get it
end.
back.
Generator fun.
Pablo,
bought-
and in
we
between,
bought
you
some
can
things.
That's a good
Yeah.
one. I mean, that was the best joke we've ever had here in 2015.
All right. So what I would like is for Pablo to do some stand-up for us.
Yay!
It would be great. He's looking at us like,
Dirty
no.
or clean, Pablo?
But just do it.
Dirty or
Give us
clean.
one bit.
It's
one
gonna
bit.
be bad because,
Okay.
well, first of all, it's because like I'm sitting on a couch in a
Cover your ears.
boathouse.
Stand up, man.
Stand up.
What? I have to stand
Stand
up?
up.
Hey, you
Stand-up comedy.
If you're gonna be looser and ready to go, give us a little
Oh,
show.
this is terrible.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Okay.
It's like Big
I-
Brother abuse. Here.
Yeah,
Pedro,
this
watch
is-
out. I'm going to ask you
I
to do
know,
something
but
next.
come on.
I'm so glad I don't have to do a monologue
Yeah.
or Shakespeare right now.
He's got a good
Good
talent
idea.
for the radio.
Next week.
If you want to ride home, stand up and tell jokes.
If you are easily offended, maybe you don't want to listen to this. Maybe cut it out of your thing. But
I mean,
Rafa, is it worse than burn down the lighthouse or not?
This is pretty bad.
yeah.
I'll try to not. I don't think there's any.
No.
Don't hold back.
There's no
Hold
curse
back.
words. But look, I haven't. Jesus. All right. So, well, I've been living in New York for a while. All right, guys. And have any of you guys seen the 9/11 memorial?
Oh, God.
Have you?
Amazing. I've been to that. It's spectacular. That
Have
thing
you?
is-
You saw it?
No, it's
Yeah, it's a big
incredible.
hole.
Downstairs.
You saw it too?
Well, it's a level below, right? Yeah.
No. It's like outside.
Waterfall.
It's the waterfalls.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got 2 little waterfalls where the original towers were. And I went to see it for the first time, and it was like beautiful. I went with my dad for his birthday.
That's all right.
Yeah, I know. Next year it'll be like Auschwitz or something. We'll go, and it's really beautiful. The only thing is weird that like all these tourists are there, and they're all like taking pictures, smiling. You know, like everybody's like having a great time at this really depressing memorial. So it's like weird because like people are taking pictures like if it's like the Leaning Tower of Pisa thing.
but instead everyone's like pretending like they're running, like you know, like there's like Japanese tourists just like pretending like a plane's flying into the Freedom Tower. It's
Godzilla coming out.
yeah, and it's very odd. The only thing is like the Freedom Tower is great, right? But it's like it's weird because they flew a plane into these things and then they were like, hey, let's build another one. It's like, I don't know. What happens if they do that to the new Freedom Tower? I feel like we'd be like, fuck it. Just, don't build another one, right? Just leave it there, right? But instead we'd probably build another one. It'd be even higher and it'd be called like the I don't even care tower. Go ahead,
It sounds like the same problems we have in Key Biscayne, man. And in the Garden District, it's like, we're going to build another building?
Exactly. I think so. This is very relevant.
Danny's
trying to help you.
No.
We're gonna build a taller lighthouse, so be careful.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
we need to get rid of this lighthouse and this Freedom Tower. But no. But how hard do you think it is to sell office space in this Freedom Tower? That must be so tough for like the friggin' I don't know, whoever does that. What are they called?
Commercial real estate brokers?
Yeah, commercial real estate reps. They must be like, hey, come on in. Listen, I got to tell you something. I got to tell you, there's some leaky pipes on the 3rd floor, and there's a bit of a ghost story about this place. There's also a Chipotle across the street.
Oh.
Okay, that's it. That's it for me. Thank you.
Anyone do any good knock-knock jokes?
That's a new bit.
Okay,
I got one. Knock-knock.
who's there?
Smell mop. Shh.
Smell my poo?
I'm sorry, what?
Sorry, who's there?
Smell mop.
Smell mop who?
No. I'm not going to do that.
Boo.
Boo!
Yeah, that's great.
What?
I love that one.
That joke has never gotten boo.
I love that one.
Chico,
I'm going to use that.
Comedic timing was lost on that.
Chico killed your time in
He
there.
he totally killed
I
it.
got a knock-knock for next week. Knock.
What you got? Who's there?
Panther.
Panther who?
Panther, no pants. I'm going swimming. Next week, bring your pants or no pants. We're going to have a little party out here. You might go swimming.
All right.
Oh, good job, Pablo. That's a tough subject
Yeah,
to make
so
jokes about.
proud.
That was new. That was a new bit though. I thought you were gonna go for something classic.
By the way,
I don't know a classic.
Austin didn't have the video streaming, but when he delivered the I don't care tower, he kind of did like a attitude, like pose, like
Yeah.
There was a
I
hand on the
did.
hip. It was
killer delivery if you were watching.
The shenanigans.
Thank you.
We need to describe for you guys. Yeah.
All right, should we wrap up? You guys have any Christmas things to tell anybody?
I had one more thing I wanted to add when we were talking about quirky people. Maybe
Oh.
we'll save it for another show. But
No, don't.
Might as well. now.
Bicycle Bill, always in my mind, is
Yeah.
one of the quirkiest, coolest, like old school key guys. I hear stories. He started off selling bikes and fixing bikes out of a van on the key, right? And then I don't know, he made enough to buy one of those condos in the square, and he's just a classic guy. He never owned a car, right? He always, if he needed to go somewhere off the key, he would rent a car. And he runs like a Zen Buddhist meditation
We've
thing a
talked
couple
about
times a
everybody
week.
who's done yoga with him here in the studio.
I think it's free too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, just talking about quirky people, Bicycle Bill always comes to mind.
I give him a lot of
One thing I
credit for
wanted
the
to
fact that he's closing down his bike shop and not selling it. He's turning it into a meditation studio.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's
I love the
that's
name
really
of the bike
noble.
shop.
That's
Mangrove
huge.
Cycles is a sick name.
You
for
gotta
a
do-
local bike shop.
You know what you want to do, man. And if he feels like he's tired with bikes and he wants to do meditation, go for it, man.
Guys,
Yeah, but that doesn't happen this day and age. Most people, when they're done, they cash in, they go do something else. They don't, take a business and turn it into their passion,
Yeah.
and not a profitable passion, but something that they want to give. It's almost a gift.
You should
Yeah.
call it Mangrove Zen.
Hey.
Zen.
Grove.
Wait, speaking about quirky people and mangroves, my brother has a pretty good story about quirkiness and the key. Please share.
First of all, what's that music festival across from Key
It's not Grassroots. That one was Friends of Nature, I think, or maybe it was Grassroots. I don't know.
There was a pretty cool music festival across
Virginia Key.
Yeah, across in Virginia Key.
Yeah.
And I guess this is kind of bad, but I wanted to kind of sneak in via kayak.
Key ride discount.
Don't worry.
I did that the
we all
first year.
thought sneak it in here. Don't worry.
But and I was with my friend Sebas, and so we acquired some kayaks. We were planning on crossing the bay there, making it to the festival. But beforehand, we were exploring the mangroves around there.
So wait, you stole some kayaks and
No,
then
we didn't
what?
steal these kayaks. We borrowed some
Friend.
kayaks,
Okay. Acquired. You said.
Acquired through friendship, and we went to these mangroves to find a quiet place to
Meditate with Mangrove Cycle Bob.
to meditate with
nature.
some nature in the mangroves.
Natural, yeah.
Sandwiches.
Yeah.
I've heard about those guys.
The
out
chicks?
there.
Was you chasing chicks? Is that what's going on?
No, but we were hanging out, but we didn't know that there was a scene already going on.
Yeah,
By
there's
the-
a special scene back
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
It's
tell
the-
it,
it's
tell
the-
it.
So we're there.
Wait,
Not that there's anything wrong with it.
No, it's cool. It's cool, but we were completely oblivious to this.
Chico's so on cue.
Yeah.
Two young dudes, shirtless, hanging out, having a laugh by these mangroves before making it over to the music festival. And before we knew it, we got kind of surrounded by these guys on paddleboard, on kayak as well, just wearing less clothes than we were. Even
Were they naked?
there were some
Just
cocks
saying.
out.
Oh shit! Oh my god.
Wait, can you
Sorry,
say
we
can you say
cursed
cocks
here.
out in the show?
Yeah,
Apparently
you
we
can say
can. We just did.
Well, you get the idea. Well, apparently this is
A scene.
there's
Yeah.
a scene going on
It's
there.
gay bees.
It's a cruising scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're out of time.
Just blew up their scene, man.
Well, actually,
No one's
can
listening, no one's
sometimes I get letters from people who think that Key Biscayne controls Virginia Key or Crandon Park or Bill Bags, and probably the quirkiest letter I've gotten so far was from a guy who was really upset that the county was actually, I guess, harassing or cracking down on
Gay beach?
Lucidia, like the behavior. And so he was really upset with the village, and he wrote this really long letter about how he's just there to enjoy nature, and it's unfortunate that, even if he wears really short shorts, that he shouldn't be, like, profiled. And, I felt bad for the guy because he put a lot of passion into it, and I was like, hey, man, I'm here for you, but you're talking to the wrong people. I can't help you. You got to go to the county. We don't control Crandon. He's like, oh, thank you.
Look, this is not a complaint. They were friendly.
Yeah.
It was just a funny
We
story.
didn't feel like it was an aggressive vibe at all. We just really were not expecting it.
So when all these naked gay men popped out at you, you were a little bit
It was
surprised.
a surprise.
Surprise.
So we paddled our kayaks very quickly over across the bay to whatever festival that was. We had a good time.
It's a happy endings all around.
I mean, not that happy. It could have been a lot better.
Happy for someone.
Jonathan's saying that we have 13 live viewers on our
On our
Periscope.
thing?
Periscope. So that's
Cool.
interesting.
Yeah, but Austin's not.
You even broadcasting anymore?
Oh, so that was an old message.
I just want to say, as a listener, that I really enjoy the discussions. Mainly the
dog.
recently, it's been the no. Well, I love the dog. It's like a real trademark, a real staple of the show. And I also love the discussions of hit and runs and land acquisition. I do like them because they go into a discussion that becomes universal in a sense, and it's enjoyable even if you don't live here. So I really like that. I enjoy that.
Keep it
stuff.
up. Keep
Yeah.
it up on
We'll
the.
keep it up, guys.
I guess the philosophical implications of
Freaking
expansion and those kinds of things that
Yeah,
anybody
those
can
are-
relate to.
They're very interesting. Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's our show. Very Merry Christmas from everyone here at the Rat Radio studio. We'll be back next week. I should play some kind of song.
And so this is Christmas. And what have you done? Oh.
And so this is
Christmas.
Christmas.
War is over.
And what have you done?
So that's the show. Find us on Facebook. Find us at ratradio.net.
Or Periscope Live.
And we'll be back on Periscope too. So check that out too. Okay.
Thanks.
Good night.